Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Tony here from LearnAutoBodyAndPaint.com. Thanks for hopping on tonight. We're going to wait a couple minutes for more people to get on. And we have a pretty exciting night tonight. Okay. Let's do a quick audio and video check. I will be recording tonight's session on a better camera. So you're going to have better view than this laptop camera. All right, I'm going to be wearing a head cam and we're going to have better footage. So type in the chat quickly, guys. It looks good and sounds good. Awesome, 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 awesome. VIP, so type in the chat, VIPs in the house, non-VIPs, type in newbie. First timers, put in first timer. What's up, Stephanie? Lechuga. All right, I don't know how long tonight's show is going to be. It might be long. We're going to be using the Chemical Guys Torx buffer and the buffing compounds and the foam pads and a whole bunch of stuff. First time using it for me, so we're going to see how this works. VIP Hawaii, what's up, Kevin? Kevin in the house. And it's going to be pretty cool. I did an oil change today on my Lambo. I had it up on the rack. I got videos of all of that. Pretty cool. I'll be rendering and getting. Let's go to the shop. Let me shut off this little under desk heater. Hopefully our internet stays good. Zula affiliate. Guys, use Zula affiliates. You guys got to get aggressive, man. Start sharing your links because one share is not going to do anything. We're doing a Christmas special now. The people who you share your links to use code XMAS2017, XMAS 2017. They're going to get $30 all spray guns. Okay. So here is the products that we're going to be working with tonight. As you can see here, brand new, out of the box, never even used it. And honestly, I'm going to tell you, I never used a orbital buffer before, right? I heard they are what's working now. They don't leave swirl marks, and you're supposed to get a nicer finish. So we're going to go ahead and test that out. We're going to be sanding out a nasty run that I've been hiding from you guys. I haven't been hiding it from you guys. I mean, I'm showing it to you right here, right? So hopefully you can see it. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Like I said, before we get started, I'm going to have the head cam on. We're going to have better video of this. But you can see I loaded the clear on this top here. This is going to be tough. I hope you guys can see it. But we have a big run here. I think once I start sanding, you're going to be able to see it. All right, so we got a big, thick, droopy run here. We're going to sand it out, and we're going to sand this area up in here and buff it out. You can see it's a little orange peely, right? I could flow coat it, but I think we have a lot of clear on here to basically cut it and make it look like glass. Okay, so that's the plan for tonight. Let me bring some lighting over so we can have some lighting in the house here. Hopefully we are good. Again, this is kind of it's going to suck because we're streaming from the laptop. All right, it's going to suck a little bit, but we will try to make it work. All right, so the first step is going to be buffing it out. I did an oil change to this sucker today. Guys, guess how many drain plugs there are on this Lambo to drain the oil? Guess how many? Right? I had to lift it up on the rack, pull out the bottom pan that covers everything underneath, and drain the oil. Guess how many drain plugs? Okay, 3, 4. Go, keep going up. 4, more than that. More than that. It was crazy. Seven drain plug areas to drain the oil out of this car. 7. Siete. Not ocho, siete. Yeah. A bunch of little ones where maybe, you know, a cup of oil came out, a quart of oil came out. The main oil canisters where the most of like a gallon of oil came out. But there's literally, how many quarts? About 8 quarts, 8.5 quarts of oil. Not too bad. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get better lighting over here. Hopefully it's not too much lighting, but we'll see. Okay. So let's get our air as well, because we're going to cheat. We are going to cheat. And we're going to use the DA. We're going to cheat and use the DA. Chinago. All right, let me get my head cam on quick. Shit, I wanted to take a picture, but it's all good. 1 second, guys. All right, I'm back. I'm back. Okay, you see the run, great. Let's come closer. Okay. So, I'm going to use 1500 grit DA. All right, Velcro pad, just to cut it quick. And you're going to be able to see, this once it starts getting white. All right, and then we're going to wash it down with 2000 grit and get it nice and sanded. And then we're going to use the, we're going to put the Torx to the test and see what happens. All right, so that's the plan. Let me go ahead and take a quick picture here of the run before and after. All right, and let me actually get a mask. I don't want to breathe this shit. So let's go ahead. What's up, guys? Good morning. 5:40 a.m. where? Okay. Let's get to work. $1,500 grit. Kovacs, Velcro pad. All right. This is an old one here. Let's see how much grit, how much teeth it has left. Okay, I'm sure you guys can see that now, right? Let me get closer. And guys, remember that this has micro sequence flake in this clear coat. All right, it's micro sequence flake in the clear coat. And Hopefully you guys can see this here. Okay, you guys can probably see it. All right, micro sequence flake, but because the run wasn't so bad and I didn't have a lot of flake in it, I don't think it's gonna mess us up, right? Because if you run pearl or if you run flake with heavy flake in it, you're pretty much screwed because you're gonna have that run, even if you sand it and buff it, you're gonna see that run of pearl. And that happened to me many times back in the day. It happens. So if that happens, you basically got to repaint the area if you want to fix it correctly, right? So this is, you can see that, hey, you need to cut it down more, right? So let's go ahead and cut it down a little bit more. We got to keep going, actually. Let me just see if this is a good, hopefully that's a good, okay, so let's go ahead. All right. So it looks like it's gone. Yeah, this thing needs to be oiled. It's new, by the way. That's what you get when it's Harbor Freight, I guess. Okay, so it looks like it's gone, but I still feel it. I still feel a little wave here. Okay, so you're gonna have to keep sanding until you feel no wave. All right, it's like popping up a little bit. So I'm gonna sand it a little bit more, and then we're gonna block it out, wet sanding with the block. Okay. This is actually a new DA. Somebody said time for a new DA. It needs to be oiled. That's what it needs to be. It needs to be done. Okay, so if we look here, I don't know if you can see that, but looks like a piece of dirt went in there or something. And it's looking like you could see something like that when you're color sanding and buffing, right? So this is nothing. This, we just sand out a little bit more, and it's gonna be totally gone when we just sand a little bit more, okay? And this is what you want it to look like. Matte, flat looking, okay? Then we're gonna wash this down with 2000 grit, and then we're gonna use that buffer and see what the hell's going on here. Try to turn this into a nice gloss tonight. So hopefully we could finish this up soon. Yeah, this is live, Mondo Bondo. I should throw some oil in here. Let me see if I got any pneumatic oil. Okay. Fuck it. Let's do this here. Okay, it's out. Let's just do this a little bit more. A little bit more. All right, done. Piece of shit, DA. Pardon my French. All right, we got 2000 grit. Kovacs 2000 grit. Okay. You got a piece of Merry Christmas, everybody. Yes, you don't have to paint it again. All right, now we're just gonna wet it, put some spit on it, whatever you want to do. Okay. Okay, so here's how I like to wet sand. Okay, you're gonna notice that the color becomes nice and clear again. So here it's not done yet, right? Once I start sanding, you're gonna notice the color coming back. Okay, you can still see there's a little heavy run in here. Not heavy, but we're just gonna try to get it a little bit more. Okay. How is the lighting? Too dark? Piece of shit. Okay, let's see. Okay. Yeah, it looks like the run. See, I did screw up. The run feels like shit. And I cut through. So I fucked it up. Live on camera, I fucked it up. But that's okay because I'm actually planning to paint this black. But we will buff it out anyway. And I'll show you what a goof up looks like. I'm just gonna go ahead and sand this out now because I cut through. You could see, I don't know, I don't wanna get this thing over my computer. Hold on, guys. You know you made a mistake when, and this is actually great, this is happening. You see the green on my sandpaper? See it? That means I cut through the clear coat, guys. And that's kind of what you don't want to do. But I did it, and I kind of rushed it, so screw it. We'll just sand it flat, and I'll show you what it looks like anyway. Hey, everybody makes mistakes. I'm not saying I'm the almighty God here. Okay. Okay, now I'm really cutting through. So let's just show you that. Okay, I think that's good enough. I think we could buff over that. So let me wipe that down. Okay. Show you what a goof up looks like. Okay. Okay. Shit. Oh, it doesn't, it looks really dark in here. Can you guys see? Shit. Are we here, guys? Are we guys on? Keep me posted. The stream cut out. It's dark. Okay, maybe we'll do it this way. That might be better. Okay, that might be better. You know what? It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard showing you this with this little computer camera. But in any event, we're going to buff this out now. All right, we're just going to buff it out. Cool. All right, so let's see if we can get closer here. Okay, so I don't want to zoom up. Maybe I can zoom up, but I'll show you how I goofed up right here. Let's see if you guys can see it without getting any shadows. So do you see that I cut through here? Can you see that? Or no? I need some feedback. I think you guys can see it, but you'll be able to see it with this a lot better. So I'm going to record with this, and you'll be able to see it a lot better from my point of view here. Okay, so I cut too much, and it happens, guys. Good thing I was always thinking of painting this top black. I was thinking of painting the top black anyway, so I could throw it on another Miata. Because I want to get a second gen Miata, and this top fits on the second gen, so it'll be good for both cars. So I plan to paint this anyway, so I'll be making videos on painting this. The shitty thing is, the shitty part about this now is that I'm going to be compounding and buffing this, and then I got to sand and cut through all of that again before I paint it. You got to make sure you really sand out the compound and the waxes or whatever you put on here if you're going to paint it. So ideally, it would be good if I didn't buff it and just prepped it again and ready for paint. But I want to use that. What do you think? Should I use the buffing thing and do the buffing, or should I? What do you guys think? If it was a customer You just redo it before they even knew, and then you're good. You guys want to continue with the buffing, or what do you think? I can bust out the thing and we can see how it works. I'll buff this area out. So somebody said, people are saying don't buff. No point. No point. I know, no point. I get it. I agree. I'm saying don't buff. Don't do it. Just buff the top. Show us the damage. No, do the door. All right, I'll do the door or some other area. How's that? I will buff. I just hate to start sanding again because it's just going to take up, it's just going to take everybody's time here. I'll tell you what, let me see. I really want to repaint the whole car. You know, that's what I really want to do, but I don't have time for that shit right this second. So let's do this spot here. I will buff this spot in here. All right, so we will sand in here. Okay, and we'll just buff this spot of the door. Okay. Okay, we'll just do a spot and see how that machine works. This is 2000 grit, guys. 2000 grit. You can go 25. You can go 3000. But for me, I feel the sweet spot is 2000. It cuts it. It's fine enough. And you can buff over it to get a mirror finish. Okay, so let's do a section of this door here. And guys, you got to take your time with this because if you cut through, you'll do what I just did. And it kind of sucks. It's a tedious process, but if you do it right, it comes out really nice. Okay. All right. Let's do the door. Make sure we got a good view here. All right. Coming back. We are coming back. Okay, so we got a couple different pads here. This is supposed to be the coarse pad. All right. Does it say anything? No, it doesn't say anything. And then we got the medium, and then we got the fine for removing all the swirl marks and using a wax. This is the finished pad. Okay. And then we're going to start off with the recommended V32 extreme compound. All right, so we're going to use this. We're going to compound this out and see how it looks, and then we're going to move on to a finer pad. Okay, so let me get the plug here. Brand new machine, never used it before. We'll test it out. Okay. Get me some electric. Anybody use this buffer before? Has anybody used this buffer before? Enlighten me. No, how much? They sell for about 160 bucks, give or take. Just make sure this is on even here. All right. Yeah, usually I use a wool pad. It looks dark, guys. Does it look dark? I mean, I don't freaking get it. Let me see. Let's see if that's better. Not better. My shadow. Only from my shadow. Okay, well, try this. Okay, this might be better. Oh, yeah. Okay, so here we go. Okay. So here we go. Obviously, if you're doing this, you want to do a better job sanding. Like all in here, this orange peel, you want to take that out. Okay. I think it's dark because of your white jacket. I have a white shirt, so I don't think it's going to help. Let's just do it anyway. It's my jacket. Dude, what's up with this freaking lighting, man? This is a real pain in the ass. Okay, let's just try it. So we got our compound. This is a heavy duty compound, V32. Let's test it. Okay, a little bit more. We're just gonna focus on this top section maybe. We'll see. Again, I've never used this freaking machine before. There's no trigger. It's just a little button here. On, and then you push the plus or minus. So we're gonna go ahead and just put some of this on here like this. Okay, if you want to be anal and tape up your door handle, you can, but pad hitting, it's not gonna damage it. Really weird. All right, I gotta say it's really weird because I'm used to the rotary buffer that kicks ass. This is really weird because it's not spinning. It's more of a DA type of spinning. To me, it feels like it's more of a finishing product, not a cutting buffer. But they say that with this foam pad, you're able to do it. So let's keep going and see what happens. It doesn't say what RPM. It just says, okay, there you go, 15, 20, 2,500. I'm at 25 now. It's really an odd feeling. I feel like it's cutting, but it's not cutting as good as a wool pad. Maybe we'll add a little bit more and we'll just do a little bit more and see what happens. I mean, it's glossing up. As you can see, it's glossing up. Can you guys see? Yeah, you can do a section of buffing if you want to. Fucking lighting, dude. All right, let's just try a little bit more. It just feels like it doesn't cut like. It looks like I need to sand it a little bit more. I see some sand scratches. But it just feels like it doesn't cut like a wool pad. I think this is good for more of a finishing. More pressure and slower passes. No. Let me try it. I mean, and I felt like I had to go to a lot higher RPM. I was at 4,000 at one point. Let's try it again. Four thousand RPM. Feels like you really got to work with this thing. So I tried more pressure, like you said. And it just feels like you got to work really hard to. I never had to work so hard buffing. Okay, so let's try the next step. What's the next step here? I think we could go right into finishing because this doesn't look bad. It really took it out. It's glossy. It took it out. I don't know if you guys see it. God, this freaking lighting, dude. What's up with the lighting? Oh, it's picking up my shirt. That's what you said earlier. Let's try it now. Okay. Okay. So let's try it. You guys, it's okay. All right, so we're gonna try it with the black compound. We're gonna skip it. We're gonna go straight to the finishing now and see what it looks like. Okay. Yeah, this is totally safe for beginners. This is totally safe. You're not going to burn paint with this because you don't have that orbital speed, right? It just feels really weird. I'm not used to it. So let's go to final polish, cutting polish. So let's go to final cutting right here. Well, you know what? Let's wipe some of this off first. Hopefully you guys can see this. It actually doesn't look bad. You know, it takes a lot more work to buff with this, I think. But you know, it doesn't look bad. It brought the color out. So I'm guessing this is going to really bring the color out. I should have took my time and sanded a little bit better with the 2000 grit. You could even go to 25 or 3000, you know. But let's see. I wish you guys could see this. Thanks, David, for the input. That's what I just did. I went from the cutting to the finish because it looked like on the first step it was pretty glossy. Let me go ahead and wipe this off, guys. And let me get a dry and show you the finished product. So I think overall, it's not bad. It's newbie safe. Newbie safe for sure. Better than the high-speed orbital style. And it did a good job. I didn't do a good job by sanding. You you want to take your time a little bit more and sand it really well. But I mean, it glossed up. Let's see. Hopefully you guys can freaking see this. This is frustrating when I can't show you the. I'm not sure if you see that. Let me know. The camera here, but if you can see it like this, maybe I'll do some different angles here. But not bad. It brought the color out. Its true color is out, which is important because when you're buffing dark paints, sometimes it ends up in a haze if you don't buff it correctly. So it did bring the true color out. I would go back and sand it even better and then rebuff it. So I think overall it works. I think overall you need to put a little bit more elbow grease to getting the product the way you want to. Basically, yeah, there's flakes in here. I think there's just more muscle you got to put into it. Like when using the regular buffer, the orbital, the machine is heavy and it really pretty much does the work for you. So I think overall, not a bad product. You got to get used to it. David, have you ever used a product called Gelson T57? It's a black final polish, nice on dark paints. No, I've never used it. I usually use the 3M dark glaze, the black glaze that they have. Let's see if we can give you guys a better view of this product like this. Actually, it doesn't look bad at all. The flakes really pop. Flakes pop and it looks pretty good. So not bad. Not bad. At first I was like, what the hell? This is kind of weird. But it's not a bad product. Yes. David, thank you, David, for the tip. I took your tip when you told me to push a little harder on it. I feel it's a little more work, but it does work. So, and you're right, I would also sand with probably 2000 and then go to 2500 as a final. 2500, get it even smoother and then buff it. I think it does a good job. So I think, David, thank you. I do recommend it for newbies. I think I will start recommending this to newbies because you're not going to burn your paint, right? You don't have that high speed of rotary, which can catch on corners, right? A lot of times, sometimes when you're buffing, I've in my younger days, I've ripped up freaking wiper blades, caught on it, boom, getting corners over here. So yeah, actually it's not a bad product. The machine doesn't feel well in my hand though. I don't like the balance of the machine. You guys know when you work with a machine and you like the balance of something and then some of them, it just doesn't have that right balance. This doesn't have that right balance for me. or maybe because I'm just not used to it, but it just doesn't feel right, you know? Some products feel really good in your hand. Anyway, I hope you guys liked the demo tonight. It took a little longer than expected. I screwed up. I burned through my run here that I wanted to cut out and buff for you. But at least we did the buffing demo. And at least you get to see me make more videos and paint the top of this black. I kind of wanted to model the Lambo where everything is black on the top. Even the door pillar here, right? So I wanted to model that on the Miata, basically make this black, right? And then do the whole top black. I think that'll look sick. And then also black out the mirrors. So that's kind of what I want to do to the Miata. It's not finished. It's a project. I started it, over a year ago, and it still needs work. Couple of waves in the doors that I feel like I could repaint the doors on the other side. Not this side. This side looks pretty good. The other side. So I don't know. I was actually thinking of selling it. You deserve a couple beers after that. Man, I stopped drinking. I was thinking of selling it, but then when I got in it and I moved it around the house area, I was like, damn, I can't sell this. It's such a cool little car. I don't know. How many of you guys in here ever drove a Miata? The most dependable, economical, easy to drive, fun cars you will ever drive. Seriously, I grew up with them. Like I remember I used to take girls out in them. It's like, it was my car. My friends used to tease me. It's like, dude, what are you doing in a gay little Miata? I'm like, dude, they're the funnest cars to drive. Z4s are awesome as well. As you know, I had my Z3 that I recently sold. That was a cool car. And then now I got this thing. I just did the oil change on it. So I'm excited to take this thing on the road. Laredo, Texas. Good morning. Good morning. Anyway, guys, I want to say thanks for getting on. Hopefully you like tonight's segment here. The glitter is surely popping on this door panel now. If you can see it, really popping, looking well. If the whole car was done, I think the car would look really good. I want to thank you, Tony. By watching your video, listening to you, I made $5,000 in 3 days on a dump truck. So that was a dump truck that you flipped. That is freaking awesome. Oh, God, that is freaking awesome, guys. So my review, not bad. Not bad. It's different. I'm used to the wool pads, but not bad. I would use it again. It just takes a little getting used to. Worked on an M5 today. Yeah, those cars are badass. Mele Kaliki Maka from Is the Thing to Say on a warm Hawaiian Christmas day. All right, I'm going to head out. Thank you guys for getting on. Hit the like button before you leave. And for you newbies on here, if you want to get a free 85-page DIY auto body manual, click the link right there. You could download it, learn more about DIY auto body, and have a great Christmas. Have a great weekend. It's going to be Christmas very soon. My daughter's excited every day. She's like, 4 more days, 3 more days, Kids are funny, man. How many times do you have to fix a mess up for a customer? It depends, man. I don't know. Some customers can be a pain in the ass. That's why you got to make sure to charge them. Because sometimes, you'll get customers saying, oh, I just want a cheap paint job, right? And then you charge them for a cheap paint job, $1,500. Hank Scott, thank you for being on. Glad you made it. Merry Christmas to you too. And you charge for a cheap paint job, and then the customer comes back with a freaking magnifying glass, looking at little every little imperfection. And then you're like, dude, you told me to put a freaking cheap paint job on it. You're not going to be picky. And so that's why you really got to tell the customer, look, if you're not going to be picky, $1,500, there's going to be some imperfections. I'm not going to buff the car out, unless you want to pay $5,000 for a custom paint job or 7,500, right? You got to tell them up front. So, so that's that. That's my take on customer jobs. I stopped doing customer jobs 10 years ago. Customers can be a pain in the ass. Yeah, so I mean, fix a mess up on a car. If you do it without them knowing, because it's your job. Like I said, a professional is not somebody who doesn't make mistakes. He's somebody who can fix the mistakes that he's made without anybody ever noticing. Makes sense. Merry Christmas, everybody. Can I just, Max said, can I just reshoot the clear over the part I burned through? You could do that. It's going to depend on that specific situation. In my case, I cut all the way through. I kept on sanding because I knew I screwed up. And I cut all the way through, and you can see kind of the red. This top was red before I painted it green. But you can see a little bit of the red, the primer, and then it got red a little bit here, cut through. So in this case, I'd have to basically base the whole top, right? If I didn't have any glitter in it, I could just base this section and clear it. But because I have glitter in it or pearls or whatever, it's a custom color. So you're going to have to go over the whole thing most times if you want a mint job, right? If you want a perfect job. So that's that. I'm going to head out, guys. Have a great night. Thank you so much for being on. And again, hit the like button. I'll be on in the next couple of days. I shot some new videos. I'll have the video up of doing the oil change on here if you guys are curious. What else? And I still have to render the freaking mini truck videos. I will get to it. It's just been super busy. So anyway, thank you guys. I'll see you on in the next couple of days. Have a great day. Peace out. Cheers.